So this video is from last Saturday, a week ago, the June 24th at Mid-Ohio. As you can see, it's a mixed group of cars. The Group 9, Group 11 cars have like 500 horsepower V8s in them. I like this photograph because Bob and I don't get many of these, especially Bob, but nice just sitting there getting ready for the race. Note the fast lap times here. Oddly enough, my fastest laps were quite a bit faster than Tom's and David's, but they finish in front of me. Tomorrow, Sunday, that reverses. This is to orientate you to where the external shots are. And so basically the cars are coming from turn 9 down through 13 when you see the external video shots.
Start of race 1, Saturday.
And this, of course, is the start over again from the in-car video. I don't know if you noticed from the external shot, but it's kind of funny how small our cars look next to these big Daytona prototypes. I think it's what the silver one is up front there, and 2-liter sports racer there on my left. So it's kind of interesting being in a mixed group like this. In fact, as you can see, I'm starting 6th here, and the first 2 or 3 laps, I just pretty careful trying to get out of their way until the track clears a bit, and then Tom, who's in front of me, and David, who's behind me, and we can have a decent race. In fact, as we go forward through these next few laps, you'll see I'm mostly waiting on Tom to pass a car in front of him. Then David waits for me to pass, and actually gets away with passing both of us. And then finally I get past the problem car that was a little bit slow. So this is the first lap, obviously. This is the keyhole, or turn 2. And you see me moving over out of his way. On number 9, I think he finished like 4th or 5th in the race that day. And we'll go back to native audio for a minute here. You probably lost count, but 3 cars passed us, and this one right there in front of the blue and white Tom car, that's number 10, is my competition. He was holding everybody up. There's that Formula 5000 going by me. That thing's definitely got 500-600 horsepower. And then you can see how close David is right behind me there. So trying to get this congestion out of the way so we can settle down and have some fast laps. And that's onto the front straight, and it's Tom, myself, and David in that order. Those guys are pretty much out of the way. And as the gauge indicates there, this is the start of the second lap. We just watched the end of the first from the exterior. Great shot, scary end. That's pretty far away, pretty hard to hold that shot. Also, while I'm on video, sorry about all the shaking around here. The in-car camera mount had worked loose a little bit, so at high speed here, over 120 or so, it starts shaking pretty bad. Try to ignore that if you can. If you can't tell, right in front of me now is number 10, Tom Freilich, and right behind me is David. All 3 of us kind of work our way up to the car I mentioned earlier that was kind of holding up the big group. I think it's number 98, a 2-liter Sports Raider. Tom will get up behind him, and then we spend a couple laps trying to get around him. So I may jump ahead some laps here. I'll try to warn you when we do that. And of course, the gauge in the top left, they'll show that as well. Okay, again, external shot of the end of the second lap. You can see that one car there that's in front of Tom, and then myself and David Rue in the yellow car. We all three are chasing the one I just mentioned that's in front, and that's what you'll see us trying to get around. I don't think the car that's behind us right there gets in the way. Right here at this point, David just smoked his tire a little bit, but I'm thinking I'm going to get past Tom, but unfortunately that's about when we start catching the guy in front of us. As you can see here, I did skip the third lap there because nothing really happened. And now, same as before, this is Tom trying to get by that car that was kind of holding us up through the corners here. And I'll switch back to native audio for a bit. So as the notations indicated, we did another lap, the fourth lap, and finally there you can see Tom just passes that car into turn one. And so I've been patient, and now it's my turn. However, I have as much problems as Tom did getting by him, and as you can see, it's another lap later, and this will be all of lap 6 because I decide I'm going to not learn from Tom, and I'm going to try to pass this guy here in the keyhole turn 2, and I go in deep outside of him. Why I think this is going to work, I don't know. And you can see I almost go off the track, open the door pretty wide, and David slips right through. I'm going to switch back to native audio, but watch David make an awesome pass of this guy in turn 4, I guess it is, which is up over the top of Madness. So I was laughing back at turn 2 at myself when David passed me there, and now I'm laughing again because of the pass he just put on this guy. But I don't have the nerve to pass him there, so I'm not. I think it's this lap, or if not the next. I decide I'm going to do the turn 1 pass that Tom did. That one looked a little less scary to me. So let's see here. Yeah, I think this coming up here. I'm awfully tight on him here. Yeah, he kind of swing wide here and back left and on the gas, and you'll be able to see here and from the exterior shot that I go by him on the inside of turn 1. I think I backed up here a little bit to yeah, I'll show you that same corner. This is turn 13, the carousel as it's known by, before going on to the front straight. And I think before I show you that too, I'm going to flash up my lap times because I'm going to show you all of lap 7 and lap 8 after this, mostly for my own use later because yeah, there I go by that guy, the traffic, and we'll show you that from in-car. Because I can study these 2 next laps. They were my 2 fastest the weekend so far, a 1:33.6 and a 1:33.9. So I was happy with those. And I think I mentioned earlier, yep, there I go by on inside turn 1. I think I mentioned earlier that my individual lap times, those 2 laps, were faster than Tom and David's, yet I finished in third behind them. And then tomorrow, I guess I'm spoiling it, but anyway, tomorrow I have slower individual lap times than them, but I finish in front of both of them. Get first place in our class. Interesting racing here. So I think I'll go back to native audio so I can watch these for next year. Okay, for some reason it doesn't want to let me go back to native audio. That's my editing tool, and so I'll just watch the rest of this with this lower volume. It is good enough to hear the engine, I think. I was waving at the flag stand that I saw last lap sign, and that was my fastest lap, 1:33.6. I'm getting closer to David, as you can see, so my fastest laps are helping. I think David's also just being a little more careful. He knows this is the last lap, so don't want to blow it. And I'll get real close to him, but it's really a combination of him just driving safer as much as it is me being faster. Although, again, my last lap here is a 1:33.9, so not too shabby. The editing tool is fighting me here, so no pictures of the crew here at the end. I just want to thank Bob Morris and my wife Carrie Ann and Jeff Schulte, who is helping Bob, and Jim and Dennis Firestone, who got us out here with his truck, and just the whole crew. We had a great time. The Mid-Ohio track is a fabulous track to run at. Very tricky, really technical, and a lot of fun to think you're getting quicker on. Tomorrow I'll do my fastest lap, 1:32.4. But as I mentioned, both Tom and Dave go faster than that. However, I finish in front of them, the reverse of what we're looking at right here. It's strange. I'm not even sure I can explain why that happened each day. But it was a lot of fun right